Surfboard line, charts on deck. Crypto tides got no respect. Pullbacks hit like a lunar slap, but we catch that wick with a fib and a trap. Stars above, sand below. Charts lit up like a rocket show. No shills, no noise, just price and fate. Set the risk, hit play, levitate. We ride the waves, ride the waves. Crypto tides through the heat and haze. Rock to the moon, past the stars. Chart that zone, we know who we are. Wave gang, can't beat, no cap, no fakes. Stack of truth while the system breaks. Wave ride the waves, yeah, that's the call. One good setup, we risk it all.
Phones on my skin, stars in view. Lunar tide, got the alpha crew. No guessing games, no TikTok tricks. Just clean PA and candlestick flips.
Anchor the VW, use that line. Stochastic twitch, that entry's mine. From sea to space, from dusk to noon. We ride the wave, you chase the moon. We ride the waves, ride the waves. Crypto ties through the heat and haze. Rock to the moon, past the stars. Chart that zone, we know who we are. Wave gang, can't beat, no cap, no fakes. Stack of truth while the system breaks. Wave ride the waves, yeah, that's the call. One good setup, we risk it all.
We ride the waves of the crypto market to the moon.
Surfboard mind, charts on deck. Crypto ties got no respect. Pullbacks hit like a lunar slap, but we catch that wick with a fib and a trap. Stars above, sand below. Charts lit up like a rocket show. No shills, no noise, just price and fate. Set the risk, hit play, levitate.
We ride the waves of the crypto market to the moon.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto, where we ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. Let's get some waves in the chat. Oh, music's still playing. My bad. My bad. How's it going, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? How you been? How was your Monday? Hope you had a fantastic day to start the week. Essentially got some pretty boring price action from the old Bitcoin and the market in general. So just kind of level setting, you know, kind of just chilling after the big dumpski. It's kind of just like taking a little break. We might get some continuation. We'll see, but yeah, we'll find out, I guess. Shout out to everybody that showed up for the Hot of the Line stream over on the Crypto Coin Mindset channel. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. That was a lot of fun, and I look forward, I look forward to doing that in the future. It's going to be a lot of fun. There were a couple of things that we didn't go over, that we didn't get a chance to go over, that I wish we could have, but you know, time constraints and all that. Hopefully we'll be able to get into some of that on Crypto on the Rocks or something. But anyways, how are you all doing? You guys might have guessed by the thumbnail, but this isn't going to be... I might do a brief overview of Bitcoin, but outside of that, we're going to be learning how to read some charts. How does that sound? Do you guys like that? How many of you are new to charts? How many of you struggle with market structure or smart money concepts? How many of you want to learn about smart money concepts? I mean, you're joining me tonight, so I hope that these are things that you guys would be interested in. And yeah, I just thought, you know, I kind of want to get into more teaching, and yeah, so if you guys are down for that, put a 1 in the chat. All right. That'd be me. Jesus saves. All right, let's say hello to the chat. What's going on, everybody? Good evening, Alexandra G, Mod Boss, Mod Queen, the Mod God. Thank you for being here, Alexandra G, as always. Best mod in the biz, hands down. We've got Duality C in here. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Throwing the aliens in the chat as always. Trade Intuition, a bingo and a bango. What's going on, Mr. Joe? Hope you're doing well this evening, sir. Jesus Save 77. God bless you. Jesus Saves. Thank you for being here. Oh, we have Harp with the metal horns. What's going on, Harp? How you doing? My friend Johnny December. And thank you for being here. Sounds good. Love charts. Awesome. Thanks for sharing your expertise. Expertise. Let's not get carried away with words. It's more experience than anything. But yeah, let's just get over here to the chart. So market structure is fairly easy when you're just looking at some kind of schematic, right? Market structure is simply the ups and downs, the sideways, and the ups and downs again. This is your market structure, your highs and your lows, and your higher highs and your higher lows, your consolidation ranges, and then your reversals or your continuations, right? So you essentially have a few different phases in a market. Well, really, you only have 2 phases in a market. That is a consolidating phase and a trending phase. Consolidations lead to either continuation or they can lead to reversals. It's good that I'm getting this talk out because I've got to be able to explain it in case I ever actually do teaching classes or something. But yeah, and market structure is important because you've got to know what your goal is. If you're in a trending market, let's just say it's moving to the upside, what are you going to be favoring? What are you going to be looking for on the lower time frames? You're going to be looking for longs, right? For the most part. Now, you can scalp some shorts, but overall, you're looking for longs more so than shorts. Now, if you happen to start trading and you find shorting to be easier to you, start going through the charts, invert your chart, and see if that helps you out. Otherwise, it's just going to take some more experience. So we want to be able to identify market structure so that we can know which trades are going to be the most probable to play out given the current conditions in the market. So if we're trending to the upside, we're looking for longs. If we're trending to the downside, we're looking for shorts. If we're not trending, we're just going sideways, then we would be looking for both. And this is when you would play ranges. You can play highs and lows, and you could do that in general because that's really what you're doing unless you're in price discovery, which is when things get a little bit tricky. Teacher's pet Alex G. Jumping to let's not berate the people They're getting things right. Yes, longs. We are looking for longs. Where were we? All right, so one of the biggest things that I like to look for, well, first of all, let's back up. All right, so just looking at market structure, okay? So if I want to find the market structure of this whole move up here, well, then I've got to find a high over here. So this is the highest high in this sequence over here. So I'm just going to start here. And then what I'll look for is for this, for price following that higher high to break the most recent low, which is going to be this low right here. Once it does that and puts in another low and we get a retrace, that is when I put in that low. We get the retrace, then we come back down and then up because we took out this low. So when we put in a new low, then we come back up and then we come down. Now we don't put in a new wave until we break this high and then we get a pullback. So we break this high and then we get a pullback. I'm almost wouldn't even count this. Can anybody tell me why? Almost wouldn't even count this, but I do count it. And I'll tell you why, because it does follow one of the rules of market structure and breaks of structure. If you are looking for a pullback, and this is how you can kind of confirm an actual pullback, you want to look to the left of this high here, and you want to find the next biggest bullish candle, and that's going to be this one right here. Then I'm going to go to that candle's open. I'm going to draw a cross, and I want a candle body to close below that candle. We get that, and then we continue to the upside from there. This counts as a break of structure and a swing level. Up here, we come down, we do close below this right here. So I count that as a high. Low. Is this a high? This candle closes below this one. Yep. High, low, and we are on the 12-hour. Mind you, we are on the 12-hour. So if I were to go to the 4-hour, we would have more highs and lows within the structure. But I'm getting a little bit beside the point. The point is higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, and consolidation ranges. Because that'll tell you how you need to be trading the market. You want to be, so if you are trading on the 4-hour and you're trying to find, now let me just tell you guys this, okay? Here's a little cheat code, okay? You can get this free indicator called Fluid Trades-SMC Lite. That is for smart money concepts. You can turn that on and voila. It gives you all of the things. It's amazing. What time frame does that matter? Okay, so let's get into the time frames. So depends on your trading. So if you're looking for a swing long or short, a swing position, for a swing trade. So you're looking to be holding for multiple days, okay, to weeks, days to weeks. If you're looking to hold or do a swing trade, I would say you want to find your trend or your situation on the 4-hour, and then you want to find your entry on the 15-minute. if you are looking for a swing trade. So you want to find your market structure. You want to see what the market is doing on the 4-hour first. So right here, I see a high, a low, a high, and then a lower low. Not even going to look at this. So I see that we are in a downtrend because we put in a lower high and a lower low. So when this retraces back up to here, and it comes right up to this 4-hour order block. Okay, let's just go ahead and mark that off. Pull that over. Okay, so there's my 4-hour order block. I'm going to go down to the 15-minute. Zoom on in. This puts in the low, and then we retrace up to here. So now I am looking for a reaction at this level because we put in the high, or that we put in the lower high. We created an order block, aka resistance or supply. There's different names for the same thing. It can get confusing, but it's essentially supply, okay? Then I see this ugliness of price action coming into this high time frame point of interest, okay? What are we doing on our oscillator at the same time that we are digging into this supply zone? Our oscillator is trending down. Then we get the big break here, and then we create a bunch of little highs in here. Remember, equal highs and equal lows love to get taken out. They love to get retested. And always go by candle closes or opens. Sometimes if it's equal highs, I will do wicks. But the liquidity, this is where it's at, okay? That's why on the order block, I go by the candle bodies. Because the wicks do the damage, but the candle bodies tell the story, okay? The candle bodies is where you will literally have the most liquidity. Wicks can drop straight through orders just to get down to a lower order. But that doesn't mean that there's more liquidity down there. In fact, liquidity is drying up. That's why price shoots back up or down, because liquidity is drying up. So it rushes back to the other side of the market to find the liquidity. So we get this big push down here, and we see multiple reactions to this same level here. And it just continues to fall from that level. I mean, you could have entered on any one of these, especially since this was a big drop out of the order block. So this is something that you want to look for as well before you think about taking a trade. And it's a thing called displacement, aka impulse. So I'm sure you've probably heard the word impulse before, but essentially it's just a strong move. It's a big candle, okay? So it's this big candle just shooting through and closing below these internal lows in here. Doesn't take out the bottom one, doesn't have to. What this is doing, this is giving us our change in structure. Some will call it a change in character. Point is, you're no longer putting in higher highs and higher lows. You've now put in a new low and closed below this low. We don't want to close below lows because that means we're probably going to continue lower, as we do. So, 4-hour order block. price came into it. Come down to the 15-minute, look for the reversal, and then you take the short. And you aim for liquidity. Where's the liquidity going to be? Anytime you see consolidation, you know that there's going to be liquidity below these lows. Why? Because this is where people put their stop losses. People put their stop losses below and above price. We had some equal highs here. I love equal highs and equal lows because equal highs and equal lows love to get taken out. So anytime I see some equal highs or equal lows, but anytime in this instance, I'm looking at equal highs. So when price pulls back, I'm looking for a reversal because I'm expecting for price to come back out and take out those highs. And that is exactly what price did. So we're looking for liquidity for our targets, but we're also looking for liquidity not for entries, but for potential areas of interest from which price can see a reversal and a shift in market structure that allows us to take a high probability trade. Please don't forget to smash the likes. Yeah, please don't. Thank you, Kelly. Or thank you, Alexander G. Hello, Kelly. How are you? Now, we did come down. We took this liquidity. Did have the 4-hour order block here. I do believe that's a 4-hour order block. Well, right here. That's what we came down to the other day, was this 4-hour order block. Right here. So it's the last candle before this move up, last down candle, and it's also the biggest in the sequence. So that is where my liquidity would reside. Now here we got a classic swing fail pattern. It's where you fail to close above a high. In this instance, this was a weekly swing fail. Daily? No, the daily actually closed above, at least on the Bybit perpetual chart. I don't know about any other charts. But the weekly, we saw this swing fail. I was going to go over swing failure patterns tonight, but Piper went over that during today's morning market report, because in the history of Bitcoin, there have been 15 swing failure patterns on the weekly chart, and 13 of those led to pretty big moves. And Piper went over all of that, so make sure you go over to the Piper Academy channel after this stream or tomorrow, and watch today's morning market report to get all that juicy goodness. So right now we've come down into a high time frame area of interest, aka this 4-hour order block, and we've gotten a bounce. We also have a 4-hour, we also created a 4-hour fair value gap right here. And what is a fair value gap? A fair value gap is a 3-candle sequence, and it is the body in between the wicks of the first and third candle that cover the body. So you can see it's this high on this candle, this low on this candle, and this is our fair value gap, aka it's a pool of liquidity. Okay, that's what it is. It's where money is. It's where orders are. So that is why we are interested in that level. We go down to the 15-minute and we see, all right, what are we doing on the 15-minute? We saw a nice big wick come down in here and then push right back up, but then only to sell off again. So we haven't really established any higher lows and higher highs yet. So because of that, we are doing one of two things. We are either going to range a little bit more, rather, we're going to continue to range, or it's going to continue down. Maybe not like that, maybe just like this. That doesn't mean we can't reverse right now. I'm just saying probabilistically, because we haven't put in higher highs and higher lows, I mean, we can call this a higher high, but we got to take out this high over here. This is the one that we got to take out at 117,967, 118K. We got to take out 118K. We got to get back above this and close above this in order for us to get a real potential change in market structure. Really want to get above that high, but I do know that there's going to be liquidity up here at this level, so price may want to get up there. But we're not closing. So one thing that I personally look for on these order blocks, or not these order blocks, but these fair value gaps, is I look. So this is a 4-hour fair value gap. So what I will do is I'll come down to the 15-minute, whatever coincides with the, whatever is the lower time frame that goes with the higher time frame. So for like the 4-hour, it's the 15-minute. For the 1 hour, it's the 5. So what I'm looking for on this is seeing if the 15-minute closes below the middle line of that 4-hour fair value gap. If it does, then it's much more likely that price is going to continue downwards. If it doesn't and it gets a bounce, then we'll at least probably see a retracement back up, back to the upside. And we have these highs over here. I know that there's going to be stops here if there's people short. So I would aim for these highs as areas of liquidity, points of interest, targets. Then we also have at least a 1-hour fair value gap here. What about the 4-hour created one too? I want it to be a little bit tighter in here. We can see that after this fair value gap was created, we actually came back into it. So it created the fair value gap on this candle. Then we came back into it. No closes above that middle line on any time frame. So what happened? It dropped out. Came back up to retest it. Dropped back out. So we know, especially because this is a pretty big downwards candle, we know that this is an area of supply. So we know that there's buyers, or not buyers, sellers in this zone. And if the market maker wants to continue to sell at a higher price, well, we got to have buyers though to help push the price up. They got to have buyers up here also in order for them to sell. So that's when you got to look into volume footprints and all that. But we can't. What makes it a fair value gap? Okay. 15-minute bear div also on the BTC chart. Yep, I mean a little bit of one, but so this is one of those instances where I mean, you should always treat divergences, in my opinion, as early signals, not as, okay, we've got a bearish divergence, just go short. No. We want to use them as early signals, but we also have to think about the context. So has this already played out? Because we got it, and then we got a pretty nice drop into an point of interest, in a zone of liquidity. We did get a retrace back up into this order block, and then a push back down into liquidity. So the market is just looking for liquidity. That's all it's doing. That's all it's ever doing. Where is the liquidity? How can I fill the orders in the most efficient way possible? Now, when you have a fair value gap, that's when you have a gap in fair value. A fair value gap is it's just the simplest way to explain it is just that it's a 3-candle move. It's just one candle. Well, that's pretty ugly. One candle with a wick. The next candle, it can have wicks too. And then a third candle. Beautiful, right? A fair value gap is this right here. This is where people agreed on price. This was fair value. Fair value was delivered. Wherever you can have the most exchanges, the most trades, is where price will want to go. Because price is fair, because the value is fair at this level, price will want to go there. And you exchange. Buys, sells, buys, sells. That's what the whole market is. Buyers and sellers. And the market makers. So, since we have fair value there, it's like why, it's like people choosing Walmart over Target when it comes to food. I don't know. It's just an example, You'll have more people going to Walmart because people will see that their price is more as a fair value than Target. So you'll just have more people there. And that's basically what's going on with the fair value gap. You just have more people there. And the important thing is that it's a 3-candle move and it's an area of liquidity. It's a zone of liquidity because there's so many people, there's so much volume in that space. So naturally price will want to go there. That's why you use them as targets. No overlap? I don't know what you mean by that. I've got to turn off the extension thingy here. Extend off. Turn off the middle line. Let's do this. No overlap. I know these candles are green and they're going down, but deal with it for a second, okay? So if you mean this wick comes down and it overlaps with that wick, then correct. No overlap. Is that what you mean? Let me know. I'm trying to help. There we go. Okay. So be nice if we can get a push off of here. Now you can also add other confluences, of course. You can add a Fibonacci tool. You can say, oh man, this came right down to the golden pocket. We got a bounce, came right back down to the 50. We're sitting, that 4-hour fair value gap is sitting there on top of the 50% retracement, or right below the 50% retracement. So we have some confluence there. Oh, look at Bitcoin trying to go lower. But see, it's seeking that price because there's fair value there. People agreed that 115, 500 essentially is a good price to exchange buyers and sellers, for buyers and sellers to exchange, to trade, right? And it's not until one of them outweighs the other. More buyers, more sellers. Got more buyers, price going to go up. Got more sellers, price going to go down. Simple supply and demand. That's all that a market is outside of psychology. Like I say, 20%. A lot of people that know what they're talking about will say this. 20% of trading is technical analysis. 80% is discipline. It's psychology, is what it is. It's risk management, sticking to your rules, not getting emotional wins or losses, and just trading safe. That's the biggest thing. The number one thing that you should think about with every single trade. As a matter of fact, you should never think about how much you're going to make. Ever. Only think about how much you can lose. And then just stick to your rules from there. I'm only going to do 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 trades, 2.5, whatever your RR is, your risk to reward, whatever that is, I'm going to stick to that no matter what. And whatever happens, happens. But only care about your, not only, but risk management. Yes, as Crypto Cockatoo said, risk management is everything in trading. It seriously, it is everything. Everybody wants to learn the fundamental, or the technical analysis and stuff like this. There's people that trade just basic trend lines and highs and higher highs and higher lows, or trends, whatever. And that's all that they do. But because they manage their risk, they profit. They make money. You can literally have a 20% win rate, no joke, and be profitable. Now, that's not something that you want, but you have to understand yourself. If you trade for long enough, you will figure out what kind of RR you get if you stick to your rules. Okay? Some people, some traders will never be 70%, 80%, will never have 70 to 80% win rates. And most of you and us, everybody will be happy with, would be lucky for 50-50. But if your winners outshine your losers because you used proper risk management and you never risked more than 2% of your account per trade, over time, you will win out. Especially if you stick to your rules. Only if you stick to your rules. Stick to your rules. Only risk 2% of your account per trade. And that's it. That's it. It's harder. It's so easy. But because of this in here, it's so hard. It takes some people years to get this part down. And it's hard. But the sooner you start treating your trading like a business, the better off you will be. Also, read Best Loser Wins. Or listen to it like I did. Getting some closes here on the 0.5 and the 50% retracement. I got half of mine to take along. I don't like it though. Really don't. Join LBC in Discord. Yeah, do that. Thank you, Alexandra G, for being the best mod in the biz, as always. So, yeah. all this stuff, smart money concepts, like you can learn all that stuff. But if you just get you some basic a basic strategy, let's just give you one. How about that? Let's just go to the daily chart. Let's go to don't trade weekends. So let's find a Tuesday. All right. So let's do this one right here. So here's a little strategy. Whoops. Turn that off. Delete that. All right. All right, let's get in here. Let's do this. Bar replay. Let's just go to the 15. It's fine. I want to say that's right here. All right, let's do this. Let's turn on ICT kill zones. I love this little indicator here. ICT kill zone sessions and indices by Vince FXBT. I just use this. The only reason I use this is for sessions, highs and lows, and kill zones, which is just a time base. It's just as a time frame. And then which is the dotted or dashed boxes, and then our New York Open, which is the price at midnight. So that would be right. Wait, that's not midnight. Where's midnight? There it is, right here. So this little candle right here. New York Open and the 8:30 Open. Why don't I have the 9:30 Open? I need to put the 9:30 Open on here. But yeah. Okay, now this is a Monday, so I want this to play out. Let me try to move this. Can you move me forward? Nope, I guess not. Never mind. Bing bong. Appreciate you, LBC Crypto Cockatoo. I had 89% for the week, but lose 2 trades right now. Hey, I mean, but if you're risking, if you're using proper risk management, then you shouldn't take away much from your gains. All set. Remember that one time at Bandcamp, LBC said W patterns were 87.2649% win rate. What? What? 87.2, no trades at the moment. What are you talking about? Anyways, I see what you're doing. You're trying to derail me. Okay. I see what you're doing. Want to get to New York. Okay, so New York has started. All right, so really I want to be prior to New York. I mean, I already know what's going to happen, but that's okay. So just coming to my day, the new day, wake up in the morning, 7:30 in the morning. I look at the previous day. I draw out the previous day high and the previous day low, which would be, this low. And what's important about this previous day low? Equal lows. ELs. If you ever see me in Discord talking about ELs or on Twitter, ELs or RELs or EHs or REHs Those are equal lows or relatively equal lows. Relatively, they're really close, but they're not, you know, they're a couple $100 apart from each other. I'm interested in learning about these fair value gap and kill zones. I'm turning notifications onto your channel. Hey, thank you. Yeah, sorry. J-Vi, what's going on? All right, so what have we done going into New York? Well, we've swept the previous day high, or sorry, we've swept the previous day low, which was also some equal lows. Awesome. So we came down, we took that liquidity, and now we're looking at Asia and London. Well, London's not done yet. And I'm not looking for anything until New York opens, okay? Or at least 8:30. I'm looking for manipulation moves such as this and this at these specific times. I'm not looking for anything that's happening prior to New York Open. So now that we get the manipulation down, we've come down, we've swept these lows in here. We've come down into, yeah, maybe not. Did we not? Well, this, I don't know if we reverse from here or not. This looks like it might be an order block. Next candle. Okay, so it does take it. Okay. Hey, look at that. But that's going to be a high time frame area of interest. I'm going to look for price to come down into that high time frame area of interest and then look for a reversal from there. Now we are on the 15-minute. Typically, I'm dropping this down to like a 3. So let's just do that. And now on the smaller time frames, now that we've swept or we've dug into the order block from over here, we've swept the previous day lows, previous session lows, took out those equal lows. Now I look for a shift in market structure. Might have one here. We took out this high, but we haven't gotten, I don't know. We haven't gotten a candle body close below this, so let's just see how this plays out. Okay, so right here, this might be the time to get in here. Let's just go ahead. So we've gotten the equal, or sorry, we've gotten the higher high, higher low, higher lows put in here. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put this here. I'm going to put this right below the low. Sometimes you want to go here. I would, not me, not right now. Then I'll just aim for the other side of a range. Now, we want to take profit at areas of liquidity. Let's move this out of the way so we can see. Do we have any liquidity in here? I see an order block here. I wonder if we'll end New York Open. So that time is going to matter to me. Nice 3 to 1, 3.19 to 1, a 1.11% trade. We do have the benefit of hindsight, but actually, I don't even know if this plays out or not. It takes it a while. It's taken it a while. Can you hold through it? Can you stick to your rules? How's this feeling? You've been holding all day. What are you going to do? Are you going to close the trade? Are you scared? Or are you going to stick to your rules? What are your rules? Do your rules include big sweeping moves that make you want to get out of your trade? Boom. And there it is. You had to hold it all day. But how many of you would have exited this trade because of these drops and wouldn't have stuck to your rules? Be honest. I mean, that's a nice gain with a little bit of leverage. Got sidetracked with a bowl of cereal. Maybe a Band-Aid. uh, so yeah, that actually ended up playing out. And look, right to that level. And then, hey, let's see what happens after that. Is it going to continue? I don't know. And I've been trying to work on, I've been trying to find something, I've been trying to create a strategy for the Asia session so that hopefully maybe we can start doing some live trading. The thing is, it's just the liquidity, the price is just so boring when I go live. The best time is at market open or in the first half of the day, usually in the or sometimes you can get a move in the PM session, New York session, but nah, most of the time. I mean, so you might get 2 to 3 trades a day during the New York session, but during Asia, I mean, yeah, I guess I could have put a potential short there. What am I aiming for? This low? Or am I aiming for this order block? Like, is that even worth the risk to reward there? This order block? Maybe, maybe not. Go ahead and throw, let's just say here. Stop loss at the high, down to here. I mean, it's a 3 to 1. It's not terrible. We do have an order block on top of a fair value gap. So, I mean, you could have used that. It's just not something I would have done. And look how, I mean, it got down to that level pretty quick. But anyways. So, yeah, that's one of my strategies is previous day highs and lows. Draw those out before 9:30, before before 8:30, before market opens Eastern. Highs and lows. And look, New York session. You can even trade this on different from session to session too. I gotta start. Maybe that's what I can look at is New York. I mean, I thought about it, but so there's actually another session in here called the CBDR, Central Bank Digital Repo. I don't know. Sounds good, right? I want to say this is probably like when banks are like changing money or something. Of course, you can't see the freaking... Hello. Wake up. There it is. Too much. So yeah, we can see this came up, took out New York's high, and then you got run down to sweep the lows. What did it come down to? Not here. Did come down to here. We'll have to study this. But yeah. Could have made a play off of that. New York high. Breaks down back into the range. Goes short. Stop above the high. And I'm always aiming for the other side of a session or the other side of a range. That's what I'm always aiming for. Check current BTC price action. What about it? I'm on it. I am current. It's not really doing much. Yeah. Any terpene profile that's a lemon. Oh, that's what y'all are talking about. Okay. All right. And depends on entry, 5-minute structure, break to the upside. Stop loss gets put break even. Tiny profit on 5-minute structure break. That's another thing. So anytime, so we don't have to get completely out. Although if you're just now starting out trading, probably would go ahead and get completely out, or at least have you take profit 1, take profit 2. Okay. But to me, the most important thing at this level is once price breaks this low, or if this was bullish move, once it breaks this high, stop loss to break even or in profit. One of the two. That way you save yourself just in case. Just in case. Because if it comes back for you, you weren't meant to win that trade, okay? Unless you took profit here and move your stop loss at the same time. Like I said, the most important thing is risk management. So, if price, this is basically it. I get in a trade here, this low. Come up, break the next high, moving that stop loss every single time and taking a little bit off the table. And then you just let it ride. Ride the waves. Move down. As soon as you break here, if my stop is here, I'm moving it to there, to my entry, wherever my entry was. Probably not going to be my entry here, but you know what I mean. And if you ever find yourself struggling, or if you ever find yourself, your stop losses getting taken out, change your entry to your stop loss and see what happens. Do the same RR, but change your entry to your stop loss and just see what happens. You never know. Well, guys, that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the little lesson. Maybe we can get into more lessons later if you guys enjoy this stuff. And then hopefully one day I'll have an Asia session strategy so we can do some live trading, or we can get some friggin' movement. The movement always happens between, or typically happens between 7 and 9. And I go live at 9. So we are usually consolidating or just sitting still, we're just usually sideways when I'm live. So, but yeah, thank you guys for joining me this evening. I do appreciate each and every single one of you. One of the reasons I want to do more stuff like this is because it makes it easier for me to chop it up and put it in some shorts as like actual little short lessons. But yeah, that's it. No, thank you, All Set. And thank you, Johnny December. Wonderful stream, wonderful show. Don't forget to go over to Crypto Coin Mindset. Go watch tonight's Hot of the Line. I was on there with Badell and BC. Keith couldn't be there for personal reasons. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So make sure you guys check that out, and don't forget to go over to the Piper Academy and watch BC Port Corp tomorrow morning, bright and early. I'm not really sure what time he goes live. 5:30, whatever. It's ridiculous. 6:30 Eastern or something. Then they'll have the morning market report with Army Piper and OC guys. So go check that out. Go over to Piper Academy. We've got another streamer in the chat, Trade Intuition. Make sure you go over there and check him out. Mr. T.I. Joe, thank you for being here and showing up and showing out, T.I. Speaking of the Piper Academy, Army Piper, yo, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm here to commander your show with chart. Commandeer your show with chart and market suggestions. It's all good, brother. It's all good, bro. I thought I was like, did he really leave last night? Or did he really leave? It's like, dang. I didn't. It's kind of a thing, you know? I tell people that they derail my stream because it's really me. I allow people to derail me, all right? Derail my stream. At least I don't allow people to rail me. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. I was in the hospital tonight. What? What happened? You good? I always get shaken out of these volatile moves down. It happens. I thought I was having a heart attack. No joke. Oh, shit. Well, I'm glad you're okay, Piper. Everybody say some prayers and send some good vibes to Piper. Seems like he went through one tonight. I appreciate you for coming in here and stopping by when you think you almost had a heart attack. Jesus. You thought you were having a heart attack. Was it a panic attack? What? I guess, you know, you can always text me. But yeah, I'm glad you're okay, dude. Now I kind of want to sit here and wait, see what he says. It wasn't a heart attack. Everything was perfect. Blood pressure, blood test, everything. That's weird. Did you eat a gummy? Because that'll do it. As Alexander G said, go get some rest. Yep, that's what doctor thinks. Yeah, I'll get you a shout out to the big man. Oh, panic attack? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've had several. So it is pretty crazy. It's not a good feeling at all. And you literally feel like you're dying. Like you have no idea why it's happening, what's going on, because it just comes out of nowhere. A lot of times, you know, it's just out of nowhere. At least for me, I was driving down the road and all of a sudden just couldn't breathe, and it was just like your chest gets real tight, and then what happens is, and this is what's fucked. This is what's messed up about it. I try not to cuss on my channel, but at least not big words, big bad words. What sucks about it is once it starts to happen and you start getting stuff in your head and you're just saying it over and you get stuck in your head like, what's going on? That does nothing but build up your anxiety even more. And your anxiety is what goes, something triggered it. I'm going to blame the markets. I don't know. Maybe it was ZTS, you know, his shout out to ZTS. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, ZTS Rhythm. Maybe it was him turning 26 and you were like, dang, I'm getting old. And then you all of a sudden just started having a panic attack. But I'm glad you're okay, brother. And yeah, look forward to the live tomorrow. I was just telling everybody that they need to make sure that they go over to your channel and watch your show. And yeah, shouted you out a couple times tonight. He didn't get a steak dinner tonight, sadly. Oh no, poor guy. You only get to turn 26 one time. I think he will live knowing that you will. But anyways, all right, guys, that's going to be it for me. I do hope you all enjoyed the stream. Make sure you join the Discord and let me know if you have anything specific that you would like for me to spend some time on the channel going over. And yeah, I looked forward to, or I'm looking to creating some evergreen content, just some videos so you can go back and that way I can edit it and it's, you know, it's nice and it's not just a stream with a bunch of and a and a bleh and whatever, whatever kind of noises I make. I don't even know. But yeah, whatever it is. But yeah. Did you hear the shout out we gave about you? Yeah, man. And I appreciate that. Mad love. Wait. Sorry. It's a Roman salute. I love you guys. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I will catch you all in the next one. Mad love. Peace out. God bless. Bye.
Beaches Crypto. We ride the waves of the crypto market to the motherfucking moon.
Surfboard line, charts on deck. Crypto tides got no respect. Pullbacks hit like a lunar slap, but we catch that wick with a fib and a trap. Stars above, sand below. Charts lit up like a rocket show. No shills, no noise, just price and fate. Set the risk, hit play, levitate. We ride the waves, ride the waves. Crypto tides through the heat and haze. Rock to the moon, past the stars. Chart that zone, we know who we are. Wave gang, game deep, no cap, no fakes. Stacking truth while the system breaks. Wave ride the waves, yeah, that's the call. One good setup, we risk it all.
Phones of our skin, stars in view. Lunar tide, got the alpha crew. No guessing games, no TikTok tricks. Just clean PA and candlestick flips.
Anchor the VW, use that line, stochastic twitch. That entry's mine, from sea to space, from dusk to noon. We ride the wave, you chase the moon. We ride the waves, ride the waves. Crypto ties through the heat and haze. Rock to the moon, past the stars. Chart that zone, we know who we are. Wave gang deep, no cap, no fakes. Stacking truth while the system breaks. Wave ride the waves, yeah, that's the call. One good setup, we risk it all.
We ride the waves of the crypto market to the moon.
Surfboard mind, charts on deck. Crypto ties got no respect. Pullbacks hit like a lunar slap, but we catch that wick with a fib and a trap. Stars above, sand below. Charts lit up like a rocket show. No shills, no noise, just price and fate. Set the risk, hit play, levitate.